7.
Where?
Just the way it is.
I hereby call to order this meeting of the Planning Board Tuesday, November 25th, 2014 at 6 o'clock. Our first order of business after calling order will be anyone from the public to speak, but we have no one from the public here, so we'll move past that. I saw the minutes from the 28th. I wasn't here at that meeting. I was excused, and so was Chet. So I don't think we have quorum to vote it in. My recommendation is that we postpone evaluating that to the next planning board meeting.
Sure.
Right.
Okay. That puts us to new business. We have two items today, both from the Jillian Estates. The first is a covenant release of their Jillian Estates subdivision. Has everyone had a chance to review the materials that Jessica sent around regarding? Did anyone have any comments on this? I think you guys released another one of these at the last meeting. There was no big hubbub. I didn't see anything at all that stood out to me that there was an issue.
No.
It looks to me like we can just move this forward.
Right.
There's three of us here, so we just barely have quorum. As the chair, I can't make the motion.
So just so you know that this is releasing all of the lots. There's not going to be any lots left for a performance guarantee. So you're essentially saying that
This is it.
by releasing it, that certifying that that the performance guarantee that was put into place by the city engineer for the proper construction of water systems, sewer systems, subdivision roads, stormwater, street lighting, and any required landscaping has been completed. This is our teeth.
Yeah.
So you release these, we have no teeth. We're just-
And but it's a completely separate issue from the public way. I just want to make that clear, right? I mean, you're stating that it's the teeth. I mean, is it hanging over the other issue like a sort of Damocles? I mean, what is the?
Well, I mean, the other one is the applicant is requesting, right now it's a private way. So the applicant has to plow, has to maintain it, has to maintain the stormwater systems, the drainage systems, cleaning out the catch basins, all of that good stuff. So by going through the public way process, which is through city council, and city council is requesting your opinion on this, is that the city can take ownership of this public way and we'll plow it, we'll maintain it, we'll maintain the catch basins, we're gonna maintain the drainage systems, we're gonna maintain all the infrastructure that's associated with this road, and we're gonna take ownership of it. So that's what the public way request is. So it's now private way, privately maintained, privately owned. It goes to a public way, the city owns it, the city maintains it. So they're connected, but they're different requests. So that request is, the public way request is planning board's opinion regarding
Yeah.
city's acceptance of it as a way, which should be probably looking back at the original decision to make sure that they've done everything that they are conditioned to do.
I see 9 things here.
It's sort of connected, the conditions are connected also to the performance guarantee. Now, the reminder that the performance guarantee is really, it's $125,000 for water systems, sewer systems, subdivision roads, stormwater facilities, street lighting, and landscaping. So those are, that's what it's associated with. This might be the attorney point.
Okay, good.
It's Amanda, there she
I'm
is.
sorry, I had
No.
another meeting that I was at. I was late for that one, so I apologize.
That's okay.
Would you mind coming right up and joining us? We're just about to dive into this here.
So they're kind of addressing both the
street acceptance
the
and
street
the
acceptance
performance.
and
Okay.
the performance guarantee at the
Sure,
same
what are
time.
you saying?
Yes, if you don't mind signing in.
So this is Attorney Kemp, she's representing the applicant.
Thank you for
Sorry.
coming. So we've just begun talking about the covenant release. And I think one of the first questions is that this is from a sort of mutual assessment, the teeth of our ability to enforce that things are being met.
Mhm.
Which, may in some way involve the public way piece that you're coming at after. And I guess my next question would be, I need to know, are things being met? And what else might come down the pipe that by releasing this, we might put ourselves in jeopardy of making sure that
So it seems to me, just in summary, you have the memo, well, and then we get yourself organized here. You have the memo from Jim Gracia from November 5th, 2014, which says that he's okay with releasing the lots now that the final course of the paving has been successfully completed. He did say there may be minor items left to be done before the street's formally accepted by council. However, the major utility and roadway construction has been satisfactorily completed. So in terms of his opinion, and the original request of the guarantee being for the water system, the sewer system, the road, and the stormwater, and the street lighting, I think he seems okay with that. I guess the question, Amanda, that the board still has is regarding landscaping, right? So,
I don't know about, I don't know if he's waiting until the spring, because obviously at this point, there's not a lot of point in doing landscaping at this time of year. So, you know, at the very least, I think then we would request, if you want us to hold at least a majority of the lots be released, and you hold only what you feel is necessary to ensure the rest of the compliance. The only thing is, I mean, technically, if the city accepts the street, it means that they're satisfied with the condition of the roadway. So I don't know how you want to approach this.
Well, I think that it's important that the issues that were required be met. Do you agree?
Yeah.
And there's the one component that still isn't done yet. I mean, that's factual. I mean, most of it has been, and I think that my understanding of it is that you're maintaining the spirit of the original agreement, but we got this one piece that isn't met. Do you guys have any ideas?
Are we sure that the landscaping isn't done?
I'm not.
Because I know David did some of it, and I can call him right now if you
Sure.
want, to see if we can get that answer. Because I know he had done
Find out how
some
he
of
made
it.
out with the Hampton East condos. If they-
there's a letter, the only evidence that I have, or this document that I have, is a letter dated from August 19th, 2013, that says that this is to confirm that the Hampton East Condominium Association has reached a satisfactory agreement with David Garska of Garska Builders for the planting of pine trees between the Hampton East property and his Gillian Estate property.
Yeah, got that.
So there's an agreement, but it doesn't say whether anything's been planted, or, I'm not sure what David's plan was. if
That
it
was
later.
done, that is all done. We did that before we even sold the first lot. All of that. He went over and he planted what he needed to plant.
Okay.
So that was done right away. I thought you were talking about something different.
No.
So, no, that was done immediately.
That's all
because-
set.
Yes, because we went and we had meetings with them, we talked to them on the phone, they gave us a list of what they wanted done, and David did all of it. So that is complete, that I'm sure of,
Yeah.
yeah. Because he didn't want that, kind of hanging over, he wanted it to be done and finished, so that was done pretty much immediately.
Well,
So is our DPW satisfied that all of the infrastructure requirements are met?
Yes, the city
According to
engineer
the
submitted
contract? No.
submitted the memo, which you should have a copy of.
So, because we have started the process to have the street accepted. I submitted all the letters, I've submitted the deed to city council. My understanding is it's been, Barbara indicated to me that it's been sent to the subcommittee. I know the as-built plan was being done. I think they're waiting on that to ensure that stop signs are where there's, anything like that is where it's supposed to be. So, we have started that process.
if we have the city engineer supporting it and saying it's ready, then it's ready. What do you guys think? Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Oh, wait a minute, which motion are you, there's two different items.
Yeah.
This is the first one
This
now.
is for the
right?
covenant
The
release.
covenant of release.
So Jasmine's clear, because she's writing
Okay.
this down.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the covenant release for Julian Estate subdivision. Does that do it?
I think so.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? 3-0.
Somebody needs to sign this, and you're now here, so you can be the
I
notary, right?
can notarize it, yes, I can.
Right, hold on, let me just get it.
When the official chair isn't here, do we all have to sign? Is that what we
No,
said?
I think it's, Amanda leaves it blank, so whoever is
So
the
whoever
acting
is-
chair is,
Okay.
because we ran into that once already before.
So,
It's
do you-
James Sarvis.
Yep, what would be your title? So-
Acting chair
So, okay.
or vice chair.
Acting chair.
All right, that moves us to the public way, which is a little bit more.
So wait a minute, before we close out, so Mandy, you're gonna give me a copy of this
I
for
will
my
do what I
files?
did the last time, yes.
Okay.
When I get back to the office, I'll put my
Scan it.
notary seal,
Yep.
scan it and send it to you.
Perfect, okay, thank you.
Do
Okay.
you want the letter back? I don't know.
Sure, yeah, that would be great.
I think the thing that would help me the most is when I was reviewing this and looking at these maps, I still wasn't 100% clear of where we were talking about. So I wondered if you might be able to help pinpoint that and bust out your supreme maps and kind of show us.
When the new location of the development?
Yeah, well, no, of the road that's being released, is it the entry, is it the, when I was looking,
The whole thing.
the whole
It's-
thing?
Yeah.
Whole thing,
Well, that's
including the
right.
Yeah.
cul-de-sac.
Just showed the whole thing, I was like, what is it, you
The
know?
whole roadway that he created as
The whole
the
road with the
extension.
cul-de-sac, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the extension of Fall Street,
Yeah.
so, this was the plan that went on record, but, so, or actually, this is the Western Mass, I pulled out the utility one, but it's the same thing, so essentially, you know, the road had stopped there before, and the people that David bought this from had owned here before. So it had stopped here, David added all of that, and that's what we're seeking acceptance of, from where he created the new roadway down through the cul-de-sac.
Okay. My understanding of this is that we need to evaluate it, make sure that all standards are being met, and then pass it on to the city council, and the city council ultimately is going to vet this. Our approval is a big.
You're making a recommendation to city council. It goes to their public safety subcommittee, and the public safety subcommittee will take into consideration all of the different comments from departments and boards in their evaluation.
Can you give me a sense of a precedent?
Well, we just went
We
through
just did Willow
Willow.
and Autumn, and basically we met out there with the subcommittee and the city engineer, because there were things that still needed to be done out there. So they do a site visit, the subcommittee does, and that's the purpose of the as-built plan as well. They want to make sure that anything that was in the decision has actually been done. Jim Gracia goes out as the city engineer, makes sure that he's satisfied with everything. He gave David a list of things he wanted done before we went to ask for approval, like cleaning up the catch basins and things like that. All of those things have been finished, so we're just waiting, you know, for it to go before all the boards and then for the subcommittee to give its approval.
Any comments? I don't have any either. My only real question was were all those things met, and you just said they were, so that answers it. As far as I'm concerned, anyone want to make a motion?
Oh, I get to make one.
The recommendation to the city council to go ahead.
Okay, so I'll make a motion to accept the request from the Public Way, Paul Street extension for Julian Estates.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor? Busy day here.
We're missing some people. in
I'm
there.
new here, I don't know what I'm doing yet. I think they're conning me into doing stuff.
It's a good thing I showed up, you guys ready?
I think you're doing fine.
All right.
All right.
Very well.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for coming, just
So
in
we'll
time.
send a letter, do you want me to send it to you, or should I?
I would say the subcommittee,
Yeah, okay.
because that's who we're waiting on at this point.
Okay.
And I do know it's been sent to them based on the last city council meeting, so.
Okay.
Awesome. I don't have any administrative items here. Did you have anything you want to add?
Thank
Anything
you.
upcoming?
I don't believe so.
Have a good night.
Thank you,
Thank
Amanda.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
actually, there are a couple things, just to
Okay.
give you, no, sorry. So there's a proposal that just went before the ordinance subcommittee to reevaluate the sign ordinance based on recent activity before the ZBA and an applicant. So that will be coming our way at some point. And then you also received the email from Councilor Hayes in regards to developing a more formalized process for public way acceptance so that it's very clear, all the boards know what their responsibilities are, the applicant knows what the process is, and just basically getting it down on paper. And so she's looking for planning board input in regards to this process. So this is your one opportunity really to be vocal about how you would like the process to work as a board member and how you would like it to flow,
I
so.
think she floated a Monday date for that, right?
Yes, it was December 8th, I believe.
I told
So
her I could
if
do
you
that.
can find time to participate, that would be great. Not mandatory, but it would be helpful. I plan to be there, so. So I think those are two items in council. Oh, and the accessory apartment ordinance passed on
Okay.
Wednesday.
Excellent.
So after about 30-minute discussion, so. So watch the video if you want the details. So, that's it.
All righty, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion, that we adjourn?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And if you'd be so kind as to press the button, and thus ends my one brief highlight.